Okay. So these are, O is the omega right here. And that is the ending representing the verb or the pronoun I. Ace is epsilon iota sigma, and this is the U. And then the A here, epsilon iota, is the he, she, and it idea. These are singular endings. And then the plural endings are over here. And amen is we. Eta is you, plural, like I guess in the ancient English it was ye, while the singular was thou.
I can't begin to know.
And then we have they.
Oh, it's growing strong.
Okay. So what you do with that is you basically take a verb, almost any verb you want, and what you do is you take it and you can put those endings on it. Let's say
Yeah. I can't begin to know it.
Okay, let me see.
But I know.
Okay, let's say we have a verb like speak. Speak. The Greek verb is Lego, like the blocks, Lego. And this is I speak. And then if you want to say you speak, you would say leges. And it would be you speak. And then if you want to say he speaks, it would be lege. Lege. Oops, I put the ace on the end. Okay, lege, and that would be he or she or it speaks. So this would be he, she, or it speaks. And see, the endings are the root here is the same in all. So talk about speaking, either I, you, or he speaks. And likewise, if you want to do the plural, you would do leg, amen. And that would be we speak. And then if you want to do you speak, it would be leg, right? That's the lambda, epsilon, and gamma. That's a pretty sloppy one. But you would put the eta on the end, and that would be you speak. And then lastly, they speak would be leg, u, see. And that would be they speak. And so that's really all you want to do with the verb. And you could take pretty much, well, any verb, like let's say you wanted to give. The word for give is the verb for give would be dido. Well, actually, let's do lambano, to take or receive. Okay, the word is lambano, which is I take. And again, the only thing that changes is this ending here. So I take. Does anybody think they would see if I'll write down here Lambon Usi. Does anybody want to take a guess as to what that says? Here's the ending. Anybody there? And this is take, right? And this would be they. Remember, O, ace, a, amen, et the usi. Okay, usi is the they. And how about, let's do one more, to write. This one's very similar, very easy word to remember is to write. The word is gamma, alpha, or excuse me, let me start over again on that one. It's gamma, rho, alpha, phi, omega. I write. This one's easy to remember. Transliterated, it's G-R-A-P-H. Graph. Oh. Yeah, to write is to graph something. Grapho. So this would be I write. And the other word here, let's see. Graph. Ace. That would be you. Right. And here's another one. You might have this one here. Let's say in Osco. You know, Spanish, this word is very familiar with you. Gnosco is to know. And so this would be I know. And Gnosco would be Gin Os That would be you know, plural. So in all of these, you can see we have what's called the root and then the ending. And many words, verbs, all you have to know is the root, and then you can tell by looking at the ending whether it's who's speaking. Okay, any questions?
I guess not. No one's saying anything.
Okay, and we can do the same thing with endings with nouns as well. Like here's a very common word used in the Greek. And this one has actually a marker on the top as well, an accent. And this is huios, which is the word for son. Jesus is huios to Theou, which means son of the God. or of God, son of God. Huios is son, and Theou would be God. And so if we were to do this and say, we, and then put the endings on here for, let's say, put the AS at the end, this would be daughter, because we made it feminine, see, by putting a different ending on it. Os is a masculine ending, ace is a feminine ending. So brother would be another word which you can use, brother. Del Phos. So Delphos would be brother. And if you put on Del Who, this would be of brother. So the point I'm trying to make in today's lesson is that endings are very important. In English, you just put the words and you worry about what order they come in a sentence. But in the Greek, you worry about the ending. The ending tells you what it means. If you just said Adelphon, this is still brother, but Adelphos would be what we call the nominative. This oo would be a genitive, showing possession of brother. And this one here, with the on, is what's known as accusative. I marked it wrong. This would be accusative. An accusative would be like, maybe use they say, I throw the ball. The word I throw would be nominative. The ball would be this idea of the accusative. It's the direct object. And then they have the indirect object too. So there's all kinds of different endings in Greek. Okay, time for questions. And then we'll stop. Any questions?
Yeah, would that also be for through? Like I threw the ball?
Well, through would be it would be an ending. So you actually would just use the word throwing, okay? And you would have the O ending on it. The ending would be for O. You know, I threw. Let's say, let me do this. Throw with an ending here. This can't pick up the Greek word right off here. And the ball, okay? In English, it's we'd have to say, I throw the ball. But in Greek, you would use the verb that goes with throw, and you would put the ending on it. And then ball would have an ending of on, or omicron nu, instead of just, see, in English, let me see if I can come up with a sentence, which might be a little bit better illustratively. How about, okay, how about the brother speaks the word. Okay, here you go. Okay, the brother, you would say, this is nominative case, and this is accusative case here, the direct object, and this is the verb. So if you remember, you would say toss, or actually no, toss, you would say Haas. So the brother would be Adelphos. Okay, so you have the brother speaks, if you recall, does anyone remember? To speak or to say? It'd be leg, right? And then it would be that's he speaks, right? And then the word would be ton logon. You've heard of oftentimes when people talk Greek or speak of Greek, they always call it the logos. Well, logon makes it the direct object of the sentence. So the verb speaks ties it all together. Now in Greek, you could actually exchange this front part here with the back word, the back part. And so they can be changed. But if the endings it's all in the endings. If you wanted to emphasize, here we're saying the brother, that's the emphasis, speaks the word. If you wanted to say it's the word that the brother speaks, right? Then you could put the ton logon at the front to emphasize the word. So it's all in the case, the ending that you have on the word.
Could you transliterate that?
Transliterate, sure. Let me get the eraser out. Okay, it would be transliterate would be TOS. Just looks just like English, right? And then oops. I have a little stylet that it would be it's an A. And then DELPHOS. The PH is this phi here. Lege would be LEGEI. And then ton would be TON. Not Tom, but ton, that's an N. And logon would be, and that should be a new there. Should be LOGON. See, it's not logos, it's logon because it's the direct object of the sentence. It's funny, I was always a poor English student, but I learned my grammar when I learned Greek. So
In Finnish, we have endings like that too. So it would be the same for the brother speaks the word. The word would have a ending that indicates that it's the object.
Yeah, and what's handy about that type of arrangement in the word endings is that you can change the order of the words in the order of the sentence and still get the same meaning, but depending on how you would emphasize it. And you're emphasizing here brother because it comes first. But if you want to emphasize the word, you would put that first instead. Or you could put the verb at the front and say speaks the brother of the word. And you would emphasize something is being spoken, the action of the verb. So these are just little nuances that come in sharing the language. So, all right, any other questions? Just going slow, giving a few things for you. And maybe next time I'll give you a Bible verse and just start learning Bible verses and learn them in Greek. I remember I used to work at a convent. This is years ago now. And I had the whole first chapter of the Gospel of Mark on the wall because I was doing a lot of dishes. And when I was waiting for the dishes to wash, I could read through the Greek. And I remember Arche, Angileo, Jesu Christu, and the beginning of the Gospel of Jesus Christ. And that's one way you can remember things. So anyway, if there's no more questions, we'll kind of stop the recording.